Hello, happy Wednesday, happy New Year. We got a good class plan today. So I don't have any themes for us at the moment. So we're gonna go back to our regularly scheduled upper body, lower body, and cardio circuit here today. So we're gonna do 3 rounds of our circuit, 45 seconds or 15 seconds of rest slash transition time. You don't need any equipment, but if you'd like to use dumbbells for any of these, feel free if you have them. If not, no problem, because I'm going to be doing all of these body weight as well. But I'm going to go ahead real quick with our demos, and then we'll get into our warm up and right into the circuit. So we're going to start off with some planks here for our first 2 movements. So first off, we're going to do plank rotations. So we're going to be on either, you can be on your hands and toes or your hands and elbows, whatever feels more comfortable for you today. So if you're on your elbows, we're going to go ahead, rotate, reaching towards the ceiling, looking past our thumb, and then to the other side, same thing. So if you're on your hands, it'll look like this. You also can be from your knees. Again, whatever feels best for you today. So that's gonna be our first one. And then our second movement here, we're gonna do some plank to pike. So working on our shoulders and core a little bit more. So starting off on our hands and toes, pushing ourselves up into our pike position and back down. If you'd like to spice it up, feel free to tap your toe as you come up into your pike. So that's gonna be our second movement. And then we're gonna go ahead and for the next 2 movements, we're going to go ahead and do split squats. So we're going to start with one leg and then we're going to move to the other leg here. So choosing one foot, whichever foot you'd like to have in front, going into that split stance here and bringing your back knee towards the ground as your knee comes over your second toe, pressing through our front foot. So again, if you have like dumbbells or something and you want to use that, you can hold it in the opposite hand of the foot that's in front, and then also same thing on the other side. So that's going to be movements 3 and 4. And then we're going to go ahead and move into more of our cardio movements here. So our first one, we're going to do a triple switch into a single leg Romanian deadlift. So for that one, we have one knee up, opposite arm, opposite leg. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then get our balance here, push our hips back, and then push the ground away. And then again, 1, 2, 3, coming back and exhaling, coming up. So that's our first cardio movement. And then for the second one, we're going to do some skips here. So that's, again, opposite arm, opposite leg. And we're going to double tap at the bottom. So we're skipping here. If you want to go ahead and switch it up, you can always march for a little bit and then skip. Or you can do more of a high knee, whatever feels good for you today. But I'm for sure just going to be skipping there. So that's going to be our circuit. So we can go ahead and get ready with our warm-up. So it's a new year, same warm up because it hits everything. So we're going to go ahead and start with the world's greatest stretch at the top of our space. So we're going to go ahead, interlace our fingers, grab it onto one of our knees, pull our knee towards our chest. Nice big deep belly breath. And we're going to go ahead, exhale, step back into our reverse lunge, hands coming down on the inside of our front foot. Keeping our back leg nice and straight, breathing into our belly. And we're going to exhale, opening up towards our front leg, gazing past our thumb, making sure our thumb is facing our spine. So we're looking at our palm, not this way. Our palm is facing us. And we're going to go ahead, exhale, plant our hand outside of our front foot, bring our back foot a little bit closer, pushing our hips up into our hamstring stretch. Nice big deep breath. And we're going to go ahead and exhale, bring our feet together, push the ground away, and stand on up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So interlace our fingers, grabbing onto our other knee, pulling our knee towards our chest. Nice big deep belly breath. And we're gonna exhale, step back, reverse lunge, hands coming down on the inside of our front foot. Keeping our back leg nice and straight. Nice big deep breath. And we're exhaling, opening up towards our front leg, gazing past our thumb. Palm is facing towards us. And we're going to go ahead, exhale, plant our hand outside of our front foot, bring our back foot a little bit closer and push our hips up into our hamstring stretch. And we're gonna go ahead and exhale, bring our feet together, push the ground away, and stand on up. All right. Next part of our circuit, oh my gosh, warm up. We haven't even gotten to the circuit yet. Warm up. We're gonna go ahead and go on the ground, hands and knees here. We're gonna do a little bit of reach through rotations. We're gonna do 2 on each side, really opening up our upper back, getting our shoulders ready for our planks here. So we're gonna take one hand, we're gonna inhale, reach through, and exhale, opening up. And one more, reaching through, and exhaling, opening up. Then we can go ahead and bring our hand back up underneath our shoulder. We're going to do 2 on the other side. We're inhaling, reaching through. Exhale, opening up. And one more, reaching through. And exhaling, opening up. And then we can go ahead and bring our hand back up underneath our shoulder. And we are ready to rock and roll. So we're going through our circuit, 3 rounds here, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest / transition time. We're starting off on the ground. We have plank rotations and then plank to pike. I'm going to get the timer going here. Getting ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. So for our plank rotations, again, you can be hands and knees, hands and toes, or elbows and toes, whatever feels best for you today. Making sure that no matter if we are on our elbow or we're on our hand, regardless, our hands want to be directly below the shoulder or the elbow. So whichever one it is, we want to make sure we're not behind here. That's going to put pressure on our shoulder joint. We want it to be nice and stable. So we're exhaling, opening up, reaching towards the ceiling, getting that rotation, working on our core here, as well as our single arm strength and stability for our shoulder. Great job. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. All right. We have 15 seconds. Next up, we have plank to pike. So again, if you would like to add a toe tap to that to work on your single arm stability, definitely add that in. 3, 2, 1. All right. Screwing our hands into the ground so our back is nice and flat. Coming up onto our plank. Again, hand is directly below our shoulder. We're exhaling, pushing our hips up, coming back down. So again, if you'd like to add a toe tap while you're at the top, feel free to add that in. It does help if, again, as always, if we exhale as we exert ourselves to help, 1, brace our core so we can use it, but 2, also to help us be a little bit more explosive, help our muscles out, help our shoulders out. Great job. We're finishing strong here. 3, 2, 1. All right. Standing on up, we're going to do split squats. We're going to do all on one leg and then all on the other leg. If you have something weighted and you want to use that, feel free. 3, 2, 1. So whichever foot you want to start with, that is going to be in front. Our other foot is going to be directly behind. As always with lunges and all of that, we want to act like our feet are on train tracks. So our foot is going directly behind our hip, not behind our other foot. That doesn't help with our balance and stability. So our foot is going directly behind our hip. Hips are facing forward, coming down, keeping our weight over our front foot. So chest is over the arch of our front foot. That's going to help us use our glutes here, be a little bit more stable. Again, heel, big toe, little toe as always. Great job. 3, 2, 1. All right. Taking a quick break. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg, and then we're going to go into our cardio-based movements. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1. So again, same split stance here. Want to make sure also we're being aware that we're not super wide here. We want it to be a little bit closer so that way we can keep our weight forward on our front leg. When we step back a little too far here, we're going to feel that all in our back leg. So making sure our stance is good, finding our Goldilocks stance for ourselves, driving our back knee towards the ground, driving through our front foot. So pushing through our front heel, big toe, little toe as we drive up. My legs are a little bit more sore than I thought they were going to be today. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, triple switch into our single leg Romanian deadlift or RDL. So this one we're going to be alternating our feet here. 3, 2, 1. So we're working on speed, balance, stability. So starting with one knee up, using our core and our hip flexors here. We're doing 1, 2, 3. Get our stability here on our foot, and then, oh my goodness, push our hips back, push the ground away. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then making sure that as we're in our single leg RDL here, our headlights on our hips are blinding the floor. We don't want to be opened up. We want our hips pointed down. Slight bend in their knee. We're sinking our hips back just as if we were getting ready to do a lateral bound. Or 3, 2, 1. All right. Last up, we have skips. If jumping is just really not working for you today, you can always march. Or if you want to push yourself, you can always do some high knees. 3, 2, 1. So you have opposite arm, opposite leg. We're double tapping directly under. So as I always say, this is really good to help with running mechanics because when we run, we want to make sure we're hitting the ground right underneath our leg or our hip. Makes more sense. If you're not a runner, that's okay. Still good to practice. And this one will really get our heart rate up, especially if you want to kind of go a little faster, do a few high knees, or you can skip. Again, whatever feels good as long as we're moving. We're working on driving our knees up. That's going to help us strengthen our hip flexors and our core. Sometimes hip flexor tightness, 3, 2, 1. Sometimes hip flexor tightness is from weakness, not necessarily just tightness. So that's why I wanted to incorporate those as well. And round 1 is done. We got plank rotations coming up. 3, 2, 1. So either hands and knees, hands and toes, or hands and elbows. We're on our knees. We want to make sure our core is engaged, pelvis is tucked. Also, though, making sure our hand is directly below our shoulder if we're using our hand, our elbow directly below our shoulder if we're on our elbows. Keeping our butt down. It's a reminder to myself. My butt was too high there. Again, working on our core and our single arm stability. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we have plank to pike. You can add the toe touch at the top if you'd like. Work more on our shoulder stability. 3, 2, 1. All right. So keeping our core engaged here. So zipping our core up to make sure that our head, our hips, and our heels are all in one straight line. Pushing up and back down. So again, we can add the toe tap. We can also go a little bit quicker if you want to get your heart rate up a little bit more. Or you can focus on the strength and stability aspects and slow it down. Whatever you'd like to do for this one. I know it's probably a lot of our first workouts in a while, or maybe our first just more boot camp class in a while. 3, 2, 1. So definitely want to ease into things a little bit, but don't worry, I already got a good circuit planned for us tomorrow if you're going to be back for exercise with Exos. All right, we're getting ready for our split squats here. 3, 2, 1. So again, if you have a weight, a dumbbell, a water bottle, anything you'd like to hold, you can use one hand, hold it on the opposite side. That's going to help even out our balance. But also with that, we can go a little bit heavier if we have that option. And it helps us work on the outer part of our leg to help strengthen that side. So if you hold it The same side is going to help with the anti-rotation as well as working on the inside part of our leg. So whatever your goal is, you can hold it on either side. Whoops, I almost fell over there. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, because all of us have different imbalances. So I know for me, I like to hold it on the opposite side and work on the outside part. But maybe that side is stronger than the inside for you. 3, 2, 1. So just kind of going off of what you feel is going to work best for you. It's always good to listen to your body and also learn your body. Because I might tell you to do one thing and it doesn't feel so good. And if it doesn't feel good and I say to do it, don't do it. So you are the boss of you. But if you need a little bit extra guidance with anything, feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to help you outside of class. Great job exhaling as we come up, pushing through our front foot. We're on train tracks here. 3, 2, 1. All right. We got our cardio movements, and then we got one more round, and then we're going to cool down. What will we done for today? We got triple switches coming up. 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. Plant our foot, sinking into our hips, so our knee is slightly bent. Our hips are bent. Pushing our hips back. We're not leaning forward. If we just lean forward, you're going to feel that in your low back instead of your glutes and your hamstrings. You want to sink in, push our hips back just as if we were doing a double leg Romanian deadlift. If the balance isn't there and the stability is not there, no problem. Drop your toe down, do more of a kickstand, still keeping your weight in your primary leg, but use your other leg for balance. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last up, we have skips or marches or high knees. And then we're going to start back at the top and do our last round. 3, 2, 1. All right. For skipping. You can always do any other form of jumping for this one too. Like if you have a jump rope and you want to try that out, feel free. Definitely working on, again, getting our heart rate up, working on this one specifically, again, working on strengthening our core and our hip flexors. Or you can also march to get the same thing out of it, making sure no matter what we're doing, our torso's tall, we're exhaling, we're zipping our core up. So everything is coming together to hold it in. That's going to help us really use our core a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. All right. 1 round to go. So 2 down, 1 to go. We're getting back on the ground. Plank rotations. 3, 2, 1. All right. Round 3 is always the most challenging because we're a little bit tired. We're ready to finish out. I know I'm sore from yesterday from my workouts. So maybe you're feeling it a little bit today too, which is why, I want to ease us into things a little bit. And then that way we can really focus on recovery and then making sure that we are going to be able to move tomorrow. We don't want to go super hard our first day and be out for a week. So tomorrow's workout will be a little bit more challenging. 3, 2, 1. And then, of course, moving into Friday, our functional fitness workout. So I got good workouts planned for us this week on our first week of 2023. We got plank to pikes here. 3, 2, 1. So hands and toes. You can either add your toe tap at the top or you can go straight through. So if we haven't done any toe taps yet today, let's try and push ourselves on this last round. Add that toe tap in. Exhaling as we come up. Great job. Like I said, I know we're a little bit tired, but we're doing awesome. We're starting the week off strong, starting the year off strong with our workouts. But as always, if you have any goals you have for the year that you'd like me to incorporate into classes, please let me know. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're done with our upper body stuff today, so we have our split squats next. But if you have goals in particular that you'd like me to, focus on in class, definitely let me know. 3, 2, 1. I'm here to help y'all with your goals and your workouts. So I want to make sure that we're all getting the most out of every workout. But if you also, I think y'all probably don't tell me because you know that if you say you don't like something, I'm going to make us do it all. So I will be incorporating some more burpees here this year because I know it's been a little bit since we've done it. I just don't have the most room or the best space for it. So we're going to start doing that more in the next few months. Really working on just incorporating a little bit more cardio into our workouts here. 3, 2, 1. All right, switching sides, and then we got cardio left and we're done. But like I said, if there's anything you like me to add in or any focuses you have for the next few months, please let me know. 3, 2, 1. And like I said, I don't really have any themes coming up here. We will have a couple themes with the holidays we have coming up, like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, all that kind of stuff. But if there's any fun things you'd like me to incorporate or any maybe things that could be themed that are coming up that maybe I didn't think about, let me know. We're finishing strong here again. If you want to grab weights on this round, if you haven't yet and you have them. Also, if you have weights and you want me to start using a little bit more, let me know because I can definitely add some more dumbbell stuff in here. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got triple switch into our RDL next. But yeah, if you have weights or equipment, you want me to start to incorporate that, let me know. I'm more than happy to add that in. 3, 2, 1. Especially because we don't have, oh, that's the wrong one. Triple switch, I was already doing skips. I'm getting ahead of myself. This one, we want our triple switch to be fast, but not necessarily the RDL. So take your time because you might fall over if you try and rush that like I just did. 3. Great job. We're doing awesome. One's also going to help us work on our hip flexor strength and our glute strength. Goodness. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to skip. Now we're going to be done. So we're going to be on the ground. For our cool down, we are going to do pretzel. So just planting that seed now. 3, 2, 1. We're skipping, or you can march, or you can do high knees, or jump, whatever you'd like to do. But I would like a little bit of our knee drive action going on here to make sure, again, we're strengthening our hip flexors and our core. Great job. We're doing awesome. Finishing strong here. And now it's definitely a lot of jumping at the end here, a lot of knee stuff. I promise it'll help us be better. 3, 2, 1, and that is it for today's circuit. So go ahead, grab a sip of water if you need it. We're gonna go ahead, like I said, we're gonna do some pretzel. So when we're ready, sitting on the ground, on our side. So you can start with whichever side you'd like to, but making our way to the ground. And we're gonna take our top leg, we're gonna come up, over, and across our body. Knee and ankle are gonna stay on the ground. Bottom hand is gonna go on top of our knee. Top hand is going to grab onto our bottom foot or ankle. We're going to inhale to prepare. And we're going to exhale, bringing our top shoulder towards the ground. And if you're like me, it's been a little bit since we've done this stretch. So it might not feel like it did maybe a few weeks ago. We're going to breathe. Breathe nice and deep into our belly. Let our bodies relax. The first time doing this stretch after a while might not feel so good, but the more we do it, the better we're going to get at it. Helping open up our legs, our hips, and our back. We're going to go ahead and do one more breath. And as we finish our exhale, we can gently release out of it. And when we're ready, we're going to go ahead and flip over onto the other side. So same checklist to your top leg, coming up over across our body, knee and ankle stay on the ground, bottom hand on top of our knee, top hand grabbing onto our bottom foot or ankle. We're going to inhale to prepare. And we're going to exhale, bringing our top shoulder towards the ground. This is where we are going to make our mental note. How does this side feel compared to the other side? Do we have certain areas that are tighter than others? And it's a great time to make that note so we can incorporate some more stretches throughout the day. Maybe move a little bit more throughout the day, all that kind of good stuff here. Just letting your body relax, fully relax your muscles. Sigh away our tension. We're going to do one more breath here. And as we finish our exhale, when we're ready, we can go ahead and gently release out of our stretch. And feel free to stay laying on the ground, or you can return to a seated, kneeling, or standing position. But that is going to be all that we have for the first boot camp class of the year. So thank you all for joining me. We did awesome. Like I said, I'm going to ease us back into things this week. So tomorrow will be a little bit more challenging, and then next week will be more challenging over time. So thank you all for joining me. Nice job. Happy New Year, and hopefully I'll see y'all in class tomorrow.